We'll see you in the sequel. Xerath Prevails 2. The Search for More Mounting. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xerath Prevails. Today we're going to talk about 5 characters everyone should be working on. Of course, this doesn't always apply to every single person, despite my overstatement of everyone should be working on them, but this is more of a just reminder what characters are currently going to be really relevant to whatever's going on in the game, and it tends to change every month or two, and it's worth keeping track. So, real quick, folks, let's say thank you to my patrons. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really couldn't do it without you. Thank you guys so much. Truly, truly, thank you. You guys are amazing. And if you want to support this channel for free, folks, all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment. Let's mount the algorithm, just like the sequel, shall we? Let's get into the game here now. Whoa, we're in the game. Madness. That's crazy. So, oh man. Where to even begin other than Fives? I mean, we know where to begin because we've got the character pulled up. Fives is a character that is tell you what, guys, he is good in squads. Sometimes there's certain things he's good at. The thing that is most relevant about him, guys, is you all know. You're suffering it every day. The fleet arena situation is just awful. Right now, not my fault, but I am sorry you have to deal with that. That sucks. I have to deal with it too. It's not fun. And the thing is, nothing's going to make your fleet arena climb fun. Right now, it's not going to make it good or better or whatever. There are a few things you could maybe do to mitigate it, but honestly, I don't have fix it all for you currently. The one thing I will say, however, is in GAC right now there are ways to beat a lot of different fleets, and one of those is with Negotiator. Negotiator is beating a lot of different fleets, including that really obnoxious executor build. I just did it a few minutes ago, a few hours ago, who knows, was a few units of time ago. I used Negotiator to beat a really good executor build, and it's centered around having a 5 that's actually functional and isn't going to die. He actually deals an enormous amount of damage against executor, and as a ship, he's always had a lot to say in that place. Like, he does a lot of damage with Negotiator. I guess he's not in every single build anymore, unfortunately, but he does when he's called up. He really does need that work, and so getting him, I think he's required at Relic 7 somewhere. Honestly, if you got him to 8. And I think especially, guys, make sure to put your 6E mods on him. It's going to really boost him, give him a little bit of a kick or something. He does well. He does good. He doesn't suck, all of that. So, yeah, he's good in fleets, and that's probably what we need most right now is some form of change in fleets. Now, Hondo is a great one to work on. Usually is fun to work on. Anyways, he works really well with Dash. He works really well on like an Aphra team. Actually, he's really fun on Aphra, in fact, if you ever get the chance to use him. But the reason, of course, that he is extra good right now is he's a mercenary, and of course he's a mercenary, but he's also works really nicely on, or at least it looks like, on a Balin team. Not that everyone has Balin unlocked. I certainly don't. A lot of people I'm facing have him unlocked, of course. A lot of people I know have him unlocked, and of course it's 3s, so he's like the 4th best character on a Balin team. So and these things may change, but he's one of the few characters who's actually named in the Balin kit, and he seems like he's going to be really, really strong with the team. I'm excited to see him in 5s, even though I don't get to use him in 5s with Balin. He's always been a fun character. Of course, he's required with Aphra, and he does pretty well with her, honestly. even if you can't end up using him with Balin. It just seems like a good idea, honestly. He's been a really fun character for a long time. I got him to Relic 8 a while ago. Honestly, people ask me if his Omicron worth it. I think so. It's kind of weird, actually. The Balin team, if you're just getting him, if you're moving him up because of the Balin team, it might not be worth it. Let's see, which one is the Omicron? Yeah, okay, so here it is. So he starts the encounter with 25% extra turn meter for each other. Oh, I didn't notice that. Wow, they changed it actually to include mercenaries. So 25% turn meter for each other mercenary, scoundrel, or smuggler ally. Maybe other people already knew about that. I'm sure some people did, but I did not realize. Okay, I was gonna say, well, there's not that many scoundrels or smugglers on the Balin Skull team, but I guess it doesn't matter as long as they're mercenaries, because they all are. That is actually really interesting. Okay, so definitely, if you want to get that Balin Skull team good, you know, the Omicron's nice. I guess the one thing that I should point out is, and I've said it before, but just to make sure to reiterate it, he's not going to be on the Balin team necessarily in 3s. So you're going to have to find a use for him elsewhere. You'll find a use for him, frankly. He's really good, usually. He's really good in 3s. And then in 5s, I've always thought that was the problem. Like in 5s, he doesn't do enough, but on the Balin team, I think he does just enough. So, anyways, Aurra Singh, antenna in her head, girl. Like she really has a dedication to radio, apparently. But one way or another, we have Aurra Singh, and okay, the reason I'm saying you should work on her is, well, first off, she is, I think, a requirement character. Looks like she's Relic 6 on this account. For some reason, I had her at Relic 8. But 6 is apparently, I'm guessing she's only required at Relic 5. Maybe it is Relic required at 6. Some characters are required at weird numbers. But the reason I have her selected here, folks, isn't because she's a transcendent, amazing character. I will say, right now, she seems like she's going to be a really fun character in GAC in 5v5. I don't think in 3v3 she's gonna necessarily be amazing. Maybe though. She's got, if you get the Datacron, and she's only good if you have the Datacron, folks. But you know, this is a video that's supposed to be concerning itself with all the current reasons to be farming characters, and I think the most fun team in theory to be using, other than actually having Balin Skull just destroying people, of course. The thing that I like the idea of most is an Aurra Singh team with the mercenary level 6 that lets you stun all the time, and then the level 9 for Aurra Singh, because it gives her an extra turn every time someone stuns. And so every time a mercenary takes a turn, then they can do a special, they can stun someone, and it gives her a bonus turn. And even if she runs out of specials and stuff, she can still stun at a 70% rate on her basic. And so you can kind of stun lock a team with her and keep it captive, and she's just going to be consistently getting turns, doing damage, and she does do a lot of damage, in fact, if you mod her right, which you can tell. I obviously, with all my 6E mods on her, yeah, they're not good mods, but if she's modded well enough, or you have enough relics on her, which Relic 6, amazing, right? She'll do some damage. You can always, if at all, I like her leadership, Zeta. I'm trying to remember which one is her. It must be this one. No, I don't know which one it is. There's one with, yeah, there it is. Her others. If you have every single Zeta in the game, like I do, folks, and still have 500 Zeta mats, you can afford to do this one if the target is toppled, which is something I get a question from a lot of like newer players. Actually, they're like, "What is toppled even?" What's toppled, precious? And the answer is, of course, it's an old raid mechanic that isn't relevant anymore. So all kinds of reasons to work on Aurra Sing, though I do really like her. I really like her Datacron currently, at least in theory. We'll see if it pans out. Now, I think we should discuss at least whether you should be working on Enoch and his zombie trooper friends, because we have a new assault battle, and we'll probably cover that more in a farm this next video, frankly. But I'll say this, folks. I think that it would be folly for most people to be working on Relic 9 for the zombie bros. I think it would be folly. It's a lot of droid brains, folks, and it takes a long time to recoup those losses. Remember how we've talked a lot about the two lover boys, so to speak, from the Queen Amidala team with Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan? The thing is, those two characters are really good on a lot of different levels in a lot of different game modes in this game, even if you don't have Queen Amidala for them. They're really strong for a lot of reasons. Getting them to Relic 9, it's still going to take about a year to get all of those droid brains back. And the droid brains are... I mean, they're a super rare resource, right? Not everyone. I know a lot of people watching this might be in a territory war guild where you're going to just have an expansive number, just an unlimited, seemingly number of Relic 9 materials. But the majority of people are going to have to spend a lot of really hard-earned crystals to get enough droid brains to get those characters to Relic 9. And frankly, this team is not good enough to warrant Relic 9. There's 3 of them in there, and even though you get Omicron materials at the Relic 9 level of that assault battle that these guys are in, I don't think that it's really that worth it for most people. I mean, for me, even on my main account, this is my main account, I don't have enough droid brains to actually get them there. I think, let's see, where am I at? I couldn't even get one of them to Relic 9 right now, but I just don't think it's worthwhile, folks. I think, for the most part, like because the Omicrons are mixed in as well, it's going to take even longer to get enough droid brains to kind of pay back your level of payment for that. Here's the thing, though. I do actually think it's worthwhile to be working on these guys and getting them up to, some high relic level, whether it's 5 or 7. I think those are the 2 tiers that are immediately preceding the Relic 9 tier. I mean, a simmable assault battle is just a really nice thing to have, and these characters are requirement characters for the latest Galactic Legend, and I mean, they're all farmable now. You can farm them slowly, like I am on my small account, or farm them as quickly as you can, like I am on this account. I mean, I'm only doing 2 refreshes, so 15 attempts per day, but eventually I'll have them, and it'll be so cool because I'll have them then. They're not a good squad on their own, though, folks. I mean, especially once all their Datacrons go away. It's not like their Datacrons made them transcended anyways, but right now they're not great. I do think that, I mean, we've had some pretty significant hints that we're going to be getting Galactic Legend Thrawn eventually. Once that does happen, I'm guessing he'll complete the team, but right now, CG, it seems like, are trying to kind of sweeten the pot, like kind of say, oh, hey, well, if you work on this worthless squad, you also get this assault battle, which, I mean, I think that's fair. Like, that's a nice boost to be working on the squad. I don't think putting Relic 9 on them at this point is going to be worth it for most players, including myself, who has spent a ton of money on this game, though, of course, I haven't spent a lot of money in the last 3 months. One way or another, folks, I don't think it's worth putting a whole lot of money and investment into this squad yet, other than, I mean, they need Relic 7, right? So get them to 7, and then sit on it. You don't need to get them 8. You don't need to get, like, 1 or 2 of them 9. Save them, honestly, guys. I bet that there's going to be another Relic 9 requirement for that Galactic Legend anyways, and even if you don't have that, you're going to want a Relic 9 on Balin's Skull, you're going to want Relic 9 probably on that Galactic Legend, maybe on Ezra or Sabine, who knows, but you're going to want, there's a lot of other much more worthy recipients of Relic 9 than Enoch and his worthless gang of degenerates. Finally, we have Chopper, and this is a little bit tongue-in-cheek, just tiny bit. I don't really know. We don't know exactly. I'm sure that we'll find out more this week. Well, maybe I'm not sure, but I'm hoping we will, about what the next Spectre character is. I expect her to be pretty good. Now, I don't even know what character it's going to be. What I do know is we're going to it looks like almost certainly getting at least one more Spectre unit, which if you don't know what Spectre is, that's the faction tag for Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano's team. So that's what Exile Ezra Bridger has. That's what the new Sabine has. That's what the new Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano theoretically has, and apparently Chopper is getting the Spectre tag as well, and as of right now we don't have a tank for that squad. I mean, maybe Ahsoka is, maybe we'll get Hu Yang, which will be a tank, maybe we'll get Hera, who will be a tank. Who friggin' knows? I don't know why she'd be a tank, but one way or another, I wouldn't be too surprised to find out that Chopper is the tank. Now, if you don't have him relicked and you don't want to put him on relics, I don't blame you at all, and I would actually recommend just like very, just very abruptly pumping the brakes. If you don't want to do that, you're totally fine. It's not a big deal, folks. The thing I would say is, prepare yourselves to maybe be working on him. He might be important. I mean, why are they putting Spectre on him but not other characters? I think maybe they called one other one. Was it Kanan? I don't remember now. One way or another, I don't know for sure that Chopper's going to be useful. He may end up being good. Who knows? He's got actually a pretty interesting kit already. Is it interesting enough to go on a Galactic Legends team? I don't know. Like, the one-turn taunt is cool, but also just really dumb. Like, one turn of taunting is not enough. He doesn't have a way to, like, hold on to his taunt. There's a lot of issues with him being the primary tank to a Galactic Legend, but we don't know Ahsoka's kit. We don't know if they're going to give him some kind of a boost in his kit. We don't know. He might not. I mean, He's kind of a homicidal maniac, honestly. I kind of hope it doesn't come to prominence. I've never thought his character was anything beyond frustrating. But one way or another, folks, I think that, I mean, this is something that we need to be considering at the very least. And I have him in Relic 7, so haha. Of course, yeah, he's only a support as well. He's not even a tank technically. Tanknically, I don't know what to say, guys. I hope we don't have to work on him. And working on him as a pilot is so laughable because it's 3 pilots and it's for a ship that almost doesn't matter at all, other than using it for its reinforcement abilities. So, one way or another, guys, let me know in the comments. What do you think? Are any of these way off the mark? Are there other characters that are more on the mark? I would love to hear some respectful discussion on it. You guys are really good at bringing awesome things to my attention that I had not realized before, and I don't doubt that you're going to do so again. So, guys, thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, I hope you prevail. Take care, everyone.